Shiorin! Carpet Paws, Magic Quest, and swimming. In history! During my stay in the Great Wolf Lodge, I start off with some fun at the hotel and museums before history takes a turn for the spooky. So sit back and relax while I begin my vacational yap. Yap. So, my parents always wanted to visit the Great Wolf Lodge, but it was never in a budget until now. It's a family resort packed with a lot of activities to distract your kids, if you have some. Or you're a giant kid yourself. Bowling alleys, arcades, and even Maggie Quest. A game where you wave a customized wand at random objects and solve riddles with it. There's also a Build-A-Bear workshop next to the merch store, and of course the buffet. And if you're an adult, you can just laze around in the indoor swimming pool, or try the VR room's minigames. They give you a discount or a voucher just for staying with them for the day. But I forgot about that, so I didn't get to try the VR one. Room tour! Okay, no one look. To get inside, they give you a plastic bracelet with a chip inside. Just hold it up to the door and it'll unlock. Once you put the bracelet on, it's really hard to remove. So don't put it on too tight or you might regret it just like I did. Once inside, the bathroom is immediately to your left or right, followed by a small refreshment area stocked with coffee and tea. The sink is actually outside the bathroom, which makes sense because the bathroom is pretty small. Not that I have surviving footage of it to show you. As for the hotel lobby, it has a cool cabin-style setup with a check-in desk underneath. There's also a Dunkin' Donuts right next to it, and a massive fireplace that gives the whole place a cozy vibe. Depending on the schedule, they have storytime events and small shows for kids there. The lodge also had a mining sluice, kind of like a hands-on gacha, but for sediments and gemstones. You buy a pre-packed bag called a mining rough, pour it into the wooden tray with a mesh bottom, then dip the tray into the water. It's meant to mimic how miners would pan for gold or gemstones. Hopefully you end up with something you like. I didn't try it myself, but I can see the appeal. It's tactile, a little messy, and there's the hope of getting a pretty gem. For eateries, it had a buffet open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The seatings were framed with wooden beams and lantern-styled lights, giving it a cozy and rustic vibe. As for food, from what I remember, there was a small salad bar and mostly meat and carbs. There were some vegetarian options too, but I didn't look at that. I had roast beef, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, tater tots, that sort of thing. There was a dessert station with pudding cups and Rice Krispies too, but nothing that stood out for me personally. If none of the food satisfies you, you can take a cab and go to the historical town nearby. They have restaurants and a lot of shops that you can check out instead. Now that we're done with the hotel tour, it's time for the museum tour. This brick building here is the Jamestown Museum in Virginia, home to what's known as the first successful English colony in America. But it wasn't easy getting there. Disease, starvation, and even cannibalism nearly wiped out the colony. Yet here we are, centuries later, walking through the same place by paying around 20 bucks to get in. Whoopee! Get ready for some history info dump. Jamestown was the first permanent English settlement in America established by the Virginia Company. They chose the spot because it was easy to defend, and it's right next to the James River, so they could spot ships coming in. Unfortunately, the terrain was plagued by swampy land, mosquito-borne disease, buzz, scarce food, and undrinkable water, making survival brutal. Now, if you ever decide to visit Jamestown, the main appeal is being able to walk around and take in the sights at whatever pace you want for yourself. So you're going to see things that resemble the structures from way back then. Depending on when you visit, you might be lucky enough to meet the historians dressed in period clothing, and they'll share with you what they know about the village's history. Inside, things were kept pretty simple. You got wooden tables, cookware, armor, equipment, and very little privacy. Such a small space that they had to be very particular with what they keep. It would be so over for me, guys. I have way too much merch and way too many clothes to live there. Some of the houses did have a second floor, but it was barred off, so no idea what's up there. Who knows, maybe they have colonial merch. This house, for example, I'm pretty sure belonged to the more rich folks. Maybe you've heard of Captain John Smith, because he led a small colony in its early years. During his leadership, there was this rough period known as the Starving Time. Out of the 500 original settlers, only 60 were left alive. Basically, supply ships either sank or they just arrived way too late. So the colony had no food and were starving. Initially, the Powhatan people traded with settlers, but when Jamestown kept growing and growing, the tribe just couldn't keep up with their increasing demands. When trade wasn't enough, the settlers resorted to raiding Powhatan villages for food and supplies, even burning some of the houses and kidnapping Pocahontas, the daughter of Chief Powhatan, to use as leverage during negotiations. To make things worse, the Powhatan people were killing anyone who tried to leave the fort, making hunting and farming impossible. Settlers ended up eating horses, dogs, rats, even the leather from their shoes, and some accounts even mention cannibalism. Meanwhile, the Powhatan people already had homes built to handle the environment. Their Yahakans were made from woven mats and wooden frames, and you can see some of these at the venue if you choose to visit. This is a Native American cabin. Inside it's simple, pelts spread across beds, maybe even hanging on the walls or laid on the floors to insulate the home. Above the beds is what looks like a drying rack, used to hang up hides, furs, or clothes. This tight bundle of sticks may be firewood storage or used for some other material. The pelts look so fuzzy and cozy. I wanted to touch it, but I also thought it was probably unclean. That didn't stop Plush Vela though. Despite the early mortality rates and the hardships, Jamestown is considered a success, especially once John Rolfe introduces tobacco to the economy. With that, let's move on to Yorktown. My museum ticket came bundled with Yorktown, and with the two exhibits close to each other, I figured, why not visit? When I first entered, to my side were marching silhouettes of soldiers, preparing for battle against the British. Yorktown is important because this was about America's fight for independence. And the Battle of Great Bridge is a turning point in history as America's first victory. The bridge itself was a key route that connected two sides of the river, so it was important to access it to control the region. Behold, more words! This is Thomas Jefferson. He's on the Nichols and drafted the Declaration of Independence, which separated America from Britain. Over there you got Big Ben, famous sturdy kite flyer. But nah, aside from electricity, he secured a French alliance for Americans. For those who don't know, France and Britain have a history of hating each other. There are also notes on the home front, which is about how communities manage and support a war effort. Spy networks, writing, woman, and neighborhood efforts like farming, sewing, and so on. There was this personality quiz on this giant display at some point in the museum, and it was pretty cool, honestly. It asks you maybe 5 questions on how you'd handle these certain situations, and then it matches your answers based on other historical figures who did do something similar. This is one of my results, and this person, for example, was a writer, playwright, and a strong critic against British rule. Her writing stirred revolutionary sentiment in the colony, and she wrote a history of the American Revolution, making her one of the first women to provide detailed accounts of war. The museum was packed with a lot of information. Plaques about generals, stories from soldiers, tons of historical maps, and even a holographic display where actors reenacted what it was like to be a soldier back then. There's also a mini theater that plays short historical films at set intervals. I didn't go in for Yorktown, so the footage you're seeing is actually from Jamestown and focuses on Bacon's Rebellion. If you ever visit, you could check out the theater yourself and catch a little show. Yorktown was honestly a really fun museum. I'm pretty sure this handsome statue of George Washington would agree. Outside, it had full recreations of military encampments, and I was lucky enough to catch some reenactors in action. They even showed me what people ate back in the old ye times. And she laughed at my jokes, guys. She thought it was funny. Basically, soldiers primarily ate bean and meat stew, and that left bowl is a hardtack with split peas. The dry biscuit was meant to last for a long time without spoiling, and they would soak it into soup to make it edible. If it's too dry, it can actually break your teeth. There's also a medic, or surgeon, who demonstrated the kinds of tools they used back then, which was both cool and a little terrifying. On the table, you have a few tools. You have the bone saw, used for amputations without any anesthesia. The cautery iron would seal the wound with burning hot iron. Bullet extractors. They'd remove any shrapnel or musket balls. Otherwise, you might have an infection. The tooth key. If the tooth was decayed or infected, they would wrench it out. They might even accidentally break the tooth or jaw during this. And then you got a toothbrush, made out of twigs. Oh, and in the back there were some farmhouses you could explore. And a cute little cat that they told you not to pet. Not sure who the cat belongs to, but don't touch it and don't touch the chickens. Yorktown felt way more immersive from outside. They even had a small seasonal farm in the back, plus walking live rotisserie. One of the houses had a baker who explained how they salted meat so they could last for months. And she even had an example, but I couldn't capture the footage of it. Too many people. She was also in the middle of baking a pie, and wow, there were some realistic flies buzzing around, buzz buzz. And lastly, one of the houses had dried up tobacco hanging from the ceiling. They were trying to remove the moisture from it to prepare it for the markets. So if you like history or seeing things from the past, maybe go to the museum, because I had a lot of fun there. Overall, really fun trip at the museum, Yorktown being my favorite between the two. Jamestown and Yorktown are also pretty close to Williamsburg, and the triad formed the historic triangle, which is pretty neat. If you're not into museums, what about a little ghost hunting instead? At night, Williamsburg takes on an entirely different tone. Flickering torchlight, boots echoing on old brick, and guides dressed in colonial wear as they lead you through one of the most haunted towns in America. For this ghost tour, we were split into 3 groups and led through 3 different locations: an old courthouse and 2 preserved colonial homes. For the courthouse, the guide told us about the trials held there. Executions, public punishments, typical stuff from the era. But one story stood out. It was about a homeless man with an enormous debt. There wasn't a proper jail in the town at the time, so when the villagers got tired of him, they locked him up in a makeshift prison while they figured out what to do with him. On one night, when the sheriff's daughter came by to bring him food, she heard voices from his cell. It sounded like he was having a full conversation, but the voice that he spoke to was deeper, slower, unnatural. After opening the little sliding slot to peek in, she found him standing there, staring right at the wall, talking to the devil. The accounts after that are muddied. No one knows exactly what happened to him after. Some story says he went blind, some says he died. As for the girl, she was never the same again. After that, we visited the Peyton Randolph House, which is considered as the most haunted home in all of Williamsburg. It was more of a collection of spirits instead of just one restless entity. Stories of children who died young, soldiers who never came home, and silhouettes of people dressed from a different time. The last house was smaller and tucked away in the middle of town near a church. Like the other house, there's no electricity, only oil lamps to light up the way. There was a checkerboard floor in the room we sat in, and the guide shared simpler stories to end the night with. Nothing dramatic, just a cozy end to tie up the tour. And that wraps it up. The Wolf Lodge, history walks, battlefield tours, and a ghost or 2. So, thanks for watching the video. If you ever decide to visit Williamsburg, be sure to check behind you. You never know what you may end up leaving with.